If y'all thought I was done after playing through Bully, you guessed incorrectly, my friend. You guessed incorrectly. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another video. And we are starting another series where we are going to be playing through Max Payne. For those who have been a subscriber of my channel, hell, for those who are probably new to the channel, I ended up finishing up a series where I played through Bully on the PlayStation 5. I ended up having an amazing time playing through that game, and judging by the reception that the series got as a whole, y'all seem to have enjoyed me playing through it, so I figured, you know what? Why don't I play another retro title that y'all probably look back on very fondly, hence why I decided to come on here and play Max Payne. This is another game that I contemplated on making a series on for a little while. I was still on the fence about doing it, but I decided, you know what? After the success of the last two series that I did where I played through Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus and Bully, why don't I give it another go? Hence why I'm here. And if you guys are looking forward to more videos in this new series where I play through Max Payne, please be sure to drop a like on the videos, but also don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that bell notification. But let's not waste any more time and get right into it. Ah man, look at that loading screen. Ooh.
Stand by 1010, investigated reported disturbance at Acer Plaza.
10-4 dispatcher, verify address.
It's Acer Plaza, repeat, Acer Plaza.
New York City, present day, 1 hour ago.
Acer Plaza, repeat, an assault in progress.
The NYPD, whether on the ground or in the air.
It's a war zone down here. 1085 dispatcher, need additional units. Additional units now. Officer in danger. Officer in danger.
10-5, please repeat, 10-5, all units, emergency. Officer in danger, Acer Plaza, repeat, Acer Plaza, all units.
They were all dead. The final gunshot was an exclamation mark to everything that had led to this point. I released my finger from the trigger, and then it was over. To make any kind of sense of it, I need to go back 3 years. Back to the night the pain started.
Part 1, The American Dream.
I was still on the force back then. NYPD, Manhattan, Midtown North Precinct, Hell's Kitchen.
So when are you coming to work for me, Detective Payne?
You'd make me work undercover in some hellhole. Sorry, Alex. Michelle and the baby come first.
Sam Lake? If I had to guess that's his name.
Last smoke.
I recognize the
After
face,
the
but I
baby.
kind of
That's
forgot
you,
the name.
Max, a regular Boy Scout.
See, Alex.
You're still on for poker Thursday night, right?
Like taking candy from a baby. Life was good. The sun setting on a sweet summer's day. The smell of freshly mowed lawns. The sounds of children playing. A house across the river on the Jersey side. Beautiful wife and a baby girl. The American dream come true. Honey, I'm home. But dreams have a nasty habit of going bad when you're not looking. The sun went down with practiced bravado. Twilight crawled across the sky, laden with foreboding. Michelle, honey, anybody home? I didn't like the way the show started. They'd give me the best seat in the house, front row center.
Alright, we are here. We're finally in the game. Also, for anybody who is curious as to what platform I am playing this game on, I am playing this on the PlayStation 5. This is the PS2 version that got completely emulated for the PlayStation 4 that I'm able to play on the PlayStation 5. And before we get going, I do want to take a moment to dedicate this series to the voice actor who did the voiceover work for Max Payne and that is James McCaffrey, which for those who do not know, James McCaffrey, he ended up passing away, I believe earlier this year. I could be wrong. It was either earlier this year or last year. But James McCaffrey, he ended up losing his life after a long battle with cancer. So he is no longer with us. So I figured, you know what? Why don't I dedicate this series to the man who gave us this iconic work, this iconic voiceover work when he played as Max Payne. Rest in peace to James McCaffrey. Alright, nothing here.
What the hell?
Looks like somebody was here. Phone ringing.
Listen, someone's broken into my house. Call 911.
Is this the Payne residence?
Yes, someone's broken into my house. They're still here. You have to...
Good. I'm afraid I cannot help you.
Who is this? Hello?
Hello. Yeah, somebody definitely robbed my place or something.
Michelle! Michelle! Freeze! NYPD, drop it! No, please God, no.
They shot his kid. The hell?
The flesh of fallen angels!
No, God, no, please, Michelle. Oh, baby.
They shot his wife.
That was 3 years ago. Everything ripped apart in a New York minute. The killer junkies had been high on a previously unknown designer drug, Valkyr, V. After the funeral, I told Alex I'd be transferring to the DEA. It took us 3 long years to get a break in the Valkyr case. Then, finally, 2 months ago, a dime dropper tipped us off that Jack Lupino, a mob boss in the Punchinello crime family, was trafficking. I went undercover, infiltrated the worst mafia family in New York.
Chapter 1, Roscoe Street Station.
I came in from the cold and the dark. Outside the city was a cruel monster. I've been slowly working my way from the small time to the big fish, trying to get to the source of the drug. Alex and BB were my only contacts in the DEA, the only ones in this decrepit city who knew I was down here.
BB here. Something urgent has come up with Jack Lupino. You need to meet with Alex immediately at the Roscoe Street Station.
I hadn't had a face-to-face with Alex since I'd gone undercover. Outside, the mercury was falling fast. It was colder than the devil's heart, raining ice pitchforks as if the heavens were ready to fall. Everyone was running for shelter like there was no tomorrow. It didn't get any better when I got to the subway. The feeling hit me like a point-blank shot straight in the face. Something was not right about this. My Beretta stirred nervously under my coat.
New York City,
Train doors had
present
already
day,
shut behind
2
me,
nights
and I
ago?
was in for the ride. Next stop, Roscoe Street Station, and Alex. The station was drenched in gloom. Alex was a ghost, nowhere to be seen. I'd have to look for him.
So for those who do not know what Max Payne is about, it is a third-person shooter game that was developed by Remedy Entertainment and was published by Rockstar Games. It ended up releasing for the Windows PC, PlayStation 2, and the original Xbox back in 2001. The game centers on former NYPD detective Max Payne, who attempts to solve the murder of his family while investigating a mysterious new designer drug called Valkyr. he becomes entangled in a large and complex conspiracy involving a major pharmaceutical company, organized crime, a secret society, and the United States military. The gameplay is heavily influenced by the Hong Kong action cinema genre, particularly the work of director John Woo, and it's one of the first games to feature the bullet time effect popularized by The Matrix. The game ended up receiving a lot of positive reviews from critics alike. A lot of them praised the gunplay for how great it was at the time and its use of telling their story in the game, but the game was also under some criticism due to its linear level design and its short length. The game ended up selling about 4 million units, so much to the point to where that it's pretty much considered to be one of the greatest video games ever made. Due to the success of the first Max Payne game, we ended up getting 2 additional entries over the course of the next decade, where we ended up getting Max Payne 2, The Fall of Max Payne, that ended up releasing in 2003, and we also ended up getting Max Payne 3, which would release 9 years later for the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, and as far as Max Payne 2 goes, it released for Windows PC, the PlayStation 2, and the original Xbox. Oh boy, we got a blood trail. Jesus. Got shot to death.
Death was in the air at Roscoe Street. I'd have to find Alex fast.
Alright, we got some ammo. More. Alright, we got some painkillers.
Pain back for a while.
Wasn't Jake supposed to take care of this?
He and Mickey are having too much fun taking care of the cop up there.
Hold it!
Hold it! And there's the bullet time effect that I just did. There it is right there. Took both of them out at once, for the looks of it. Alright, now that we got the gate open, we can progress further.
Yeah.
Damn, another cop taken out.
Yo, guys. Yo. Hey, yeah. Oh. Hold it.
The security panel let out a mocking cackle. I'd need the right code.
Well, guess we gotta look for it.
Did you hear something?
Nah, take it easy.
Oh my god!
Looking for Alex, they had ended up in the middle of a big-time crime operation.
Kiss it goodbye, go.
You saved me, man.
What's going on here?
A massacre. These armed thugs just appeared from nowhere. We need to get help. I can make the call from the control room 1 floor up. Can you take me there?
Sure, sounds good. Follow me.
Alright, there we go. But basically, the way how you change your weapons is you just use the D-pad to navigate around it, and then you click R1 to select the weapon that you want to use.
Home free. This way.
Hey, yeah.
Well, another cop gone. Jesus. Good lord. Okay.
train lit up like a Christmas tree. Power was back on.
Now, as far as my experience with Max Payne goes, I remember watching my stepfather playing this game a good amount when I was a kid, but I never actually got to try it out to really see exactly how good this game is. But as I got older, I decided, you know what? Why don't I give this game a shot for myself just to see how I'm able to hold up in my own right? And I ended up doing fairly well, I must admit, so much to the point to where that I was able to eventually beat the game. And honestly, dude, this is honestly one of the best video games I've ever had the chance to play. I genuinely had a lot of fun playing what I got to play on here and just experiencing what I got to experience.
So much for being subtle.
Just like that.
Hey!
The rusty door led to an abandoned part of the station, closed off since the early 40s. Something big was going down at Roscoe Street. Maybe that's why Alex had wanted to meet me here. Maybe not. One way or the other, I was gonna find out.
It's gonna take a bit for me to get used to the control schemes of this game, so please bear with me, guys.
Right?
If I end up doing some
What the
dumb
hell?
shit, you'll know why. Alright.
What the?
What the? Cool, we're getting real deep in here. Pause.
Like Lapino. Now that's spooky. Jack Lapino. Yeah, spooky. But also, it's like the failure count is rising.
Yeah, I wouldn't joke about it if I was you. Yeah? The station's not secured. Someone decided to play hero upstairs.
That's all we need.
Got him dead!
What the hell was that?
Live from the crime scene.
Hold on here. Give me the detonator.
What are you talking about?
Whack! Hey!
Alright.
Okay, fellas. The police are on their way. New York's finest. They're gonna be here soon. Just stick to the plan.
Oh my god, okay. Jesus, the freaking shotguns.
No way.
I honestly thought I was gonna die right there. Holy shit.
We come to you now live from the crime scene.
Who is this?
Right back at you.
This is Deputy Chief Jim Bravura from the NYPD. You are to cease your criminal activities and surrender immediately.
Sure thing, Jim. Me and the boys have been talking and everyone's real sorry. They'll never do it again.
Who the hell is this?
Being placed at the scene of a bank robbery wouldn't have tipped the odds in my favor.
He could have just told Jim Bravura that this is Max Payne. But then again, I could see why he wouldn't, because I think he doesn't want to lose his job as he's on his pursuit to getting revenge on those who killed his wife and child. So,
The bank robber's score lay on the table. The bank robbers had been after Acer Corporation bonds. The Acer success story had recently been on every channel and on the cover of every magazine.
Okay.
The bank robbers had left their tools on the table. Judging by the detonators, the crooks had bought enough explosives to send Lady Liberty into orbit.
Alright, so we got the detonators. Now the question is, what were they trying to blow up exactly? Okay. Alright, relax. It looks like they were trying to blow up that door. Ooh.
Hold it! Max! Jesus, you almost gave me a heart attack! I nearly shot you!
Alex, we're glad to see you.
What the hell's going on? There are more corpses here than at the city morgue!
It's an armed robbery, a tunnel job straight to the Roscoe bank vault through the old station wall. Is this why? This is Lupino's gig?
This is Lupino's doing? Lupino's men? Really?
You sure know how to pick a place? Can you get through?
No, it's locked. We gotta get out of here. If it's Lupino, it's... Alex? Alex!
There was nothing I could do. He was dead. I could tell by the empty, accusing stare of his eyes.
Rest in peace, Alex. Rest in peace, my man. Alright, we got them painkillers. Oh boy. There we go.
Let's get the hell out of here!
Alright. I'm not sure if we have to open that or if we have to go over here. I think we have to go this way. Yep. Okay. We have to go this way. I thought we had to go the other way. You know, looking at these mugshots, something tells me these have to be actual individuals who worked on this game. Has to be.
Alex had kept me relatively sane for the past 3 years. Now I didn't know how I felt. Somehow he had stumbled upon something big and ended up stepping on Jack Lupino's toes.
Chapter 3, Playing at Bogart.
Lupino ran his racket of sex, drugs, and contract killings from a sleazy hotel in a slum block of tenements. The NYPD was closing in. I could hear the sirens. Their wail was a crescendo. Lupino thought he could get us by taking Alex out and leaving me to take the fall for it. All he had gotten was my attention. I went for the hotel first. It was a sad old thing with flickering lamps and faded colors, cheap mobster punks and tired-eyed prostitutes. I walked straight in, playing at Bogart like I'd done 100 times before. The place was run by a couple of murdering mobsters with shark smiles. The Finito brothers.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the pain in the butt. Pain to the max.
You're killing me. Did you make that up yourselves, or you get some wino downstairs to come up with it? Don't answer that. A rhetorical question. I got something for the boss. Lupino around?
That kind of depends on who's asking. A friend or a junk squad plan. But don't answer. It's one of them, how do you put it, rhetorical questions. Lupino ain't here, but he said bye.
Lupino wasn't in his cheap hotel. Instead, I ran into the Finito brothers. My cover had been blown, the door slammed shut behind me, and then I was dodging bullets like raindrops.
Pain in the butt. Ha ha! Pain to the
Oh
max.
boy.
Junk squad pain. Got a ticket to Marble City for you. Eat first and lying down.
There we go.
A letter on the desk caught my eye. I had met Lupino only once. The gangster ran all his rackets through his right-hand man, Vinny Gognitti. Gognitti was a high-strung whiner on the verge of breaking apart, like an overamped Energizer bunny. He had the brains to run the business, but he lacked the balls, always falling short, taking his frustration out on underage addicts and call girls.
The V deal goes down at your hotel. Jack's exact words, quote, "Vinny, you're in charge of this one," unquote. Rico Muerte's coming to see it through. Anything goes wrong and everybody's gonna get dead. Goes double for you. Treat this guy real good. Anything he wants, you give him. Don't screw this up or you're finito, finitos.
A V deal meant added security, locked doors, and lots of nervous thugs with itchy trigger fingers. I'd seen nothing coming in, but that didn't mean it hadn't been there. Rico Muerte was a regular Kaiser Soze, a spook story told to keep the apes in line. 313. The Finitos had scribbled Muerte's room number on the note's margin.
Bosses! Everything all right? Bosses! Joey! Vigilio! You all right in there? They're not answering. Call the others. Tell them to come quick. Okay, but we can't wait for them. We gotta go in now. Bosses! We're coming in!
It's pain!
It's pain! Okay. Alright, as much as I would love to continue playing, I am gonna have to stop it right there, but let's summarize everything that we've just experienced in this introduction. Max wanted to come home from a long day of work, especially being out on the force doing what he had to do. He wanted to come home to his wife and kid like he usually did, but this time it was completely different as his house was completely wrecked by who knows what. We then ended up noticing that there was some graffiti that was sprayed on his wall. It had the letter V along with the needle in the middle, which I'm going to assume is the logo for this drug called Valkyr. Max ended up noticing that there were still some bad guys in his home who were coming after not only his kid but also his wife, and it got to a point where those bad guys decided to blow the brains out of both the wife and the child. Max was not able to save his child on time, and the same goes for his wife, but he was able to take out the bad guys who were attempting to do so, or, well, pretty much accomplished in doing so. So after the death of Max's wife and child, Payne has now decided to go on this revenge hunt where he's going to go after anybody who had any sort of involvement in the death of his wife and child, figure out exactly who was behind all of this and why they decided to go after him to begin with. But I'm honestly looking forward to experiencing more in the story as we unravel more about this supposed drug, but also these individuals, these enemies who had some involvement in the death of Max's wife and child. I'm looking forward to unraveling more and just seeing how this unfolds the more we progress into this story. And I hope you guys are looking forward to it as well.